The plates crashed to the floor. Daniel swore under his breath, crouching to pick up the broken shards. His hands shook, not just from fatigue, but from the pressure crushing him. The restaurant was empty, again. Midday should have been buzzing, yet only silence filled the room, broken by the faint hum of the fridge and the flicker of a faulty light bulb. He glanced at the register. $28. That was all. Another day like this, and I'll have to shut the doors. The bell over the entrance chimed. Daniel's head shot up, hoping it was a customer. Instead, an old man shuffled in. His coat was torn, his shoes falling apart, his beard tangled with gray. His eyes darted nervously before landing on Daniel. "Sir," the man whispered, voice hoarse, "is there any chance you could spare a meal? I haven't eaten in 2 days." Daniel's chest tightened. He didn't have the luxury to give anything away. Every plate of food meant another nail in the coffin of his failing business. But then he noticed the man's trembling hands and the way his ribs pressed through his shirt. Daniel sighed and set the broom aside. "Sit. You'll eat." The man blinked, stunned, then slowly made his way to the corner table. Daniel stepped into the kitchen, scooped rice onto a plate, added the last of the chicken stew, and toasted bread. As he plated the food, a voice inside his head hissed, "You're a fool! You can't afford this!" But when he placed the steaming dish in front of the man, all the doubts dissolved. The man clasped his hands together as if in prayer, then ate slowly, savoring every bite. Tears glistened in his eyes. "This," he whispered, "is the best meal I've had in years." Daniel forced a small smile. "Don't worry about it." When the man finished, he sat back, wiping his mouth with the back of his sleeve. His voice grew steady, almost solemn. "You didn't just give me food. You gave me hope." The man returned the next day, and the day after that. Daniel began saving scraps and leftovers for him. He learned his name was Gabriel. He spoke little of his past, but one night, as Daniel scrubbed pans, Gabriel lingered by the counter. "You look troubled," Gabriel said. "Troubled? That's one word for it. I'm drowning here. My father built this restaurant with his bare hands, but customers don't come anymore. Bills keep piling. I'm one bad month away from losing everything." Gabriel studied him for a long moment, then asked quietly, "What if I could help?" Daniel frowned. "You? Help me? You don't owe me anything." "Maybe not," Gabriel replied. "But sometimes help comes from where you least expect it." The next morning, Gabriel showed up earlier than usual, holding a scrap of notebook paper he'd pulled from a trash bin. His handwriting was jagged but confident, filling the page with recipe notes and sketches of dishes. "These," Gabriel explained, sliding the paper across the counter, "are flavors people remember, comfort food with heart, meals that tell a story." Daniel raised an eyebrow. "And how would you know?" Gabriel's gaze didn't waver. "Because I was a chef once, a good one. I ran hotel kitchens, wrote menus, but when my wife died, I lost myself. I drank, I drifted, and the world moved on without me." Silence stretched between them. Daniel wanted to dismiss it, to laugh off the crazy idea, but something in Gabriel's voice, equal parts shame and conviction, rang true. "Let me work with you," Gabriel said. "No pay, just a chance to be useful again." Against all logic, Daniel agreed. That evening, Gabriel tied on a spare apron. His first movements were stiff, but soon his hands flowed with instinctive grace. He chopped vegetables in clean, rhythmic strokes, seasoned pots with precise pinches, and stirred with the ease of someone who had lived his life in kitchens. When Daniel tasted the first dish,
a smoky lentil stew, he nearly dropped the spoon. "This is incredible!" Gabriel only smiled faintly, as though remembering who he once was. By the end of the week, something remarkable happened. Word spread. A couple wandered in, praising the food to anyone who would listen. Then a group of office workers, then families. Within 2 weeks, the restaurant, once lifeless, was humming again. Customers raved about the flavors, dishes filled with comfort and soul. Daniel began to notice Gabriel's small habits, how he whispered under his breath when chopping herbs, how he arranged plates with quiet artistry, how he cooked as if each meal carried healing inside it. One night, after closing, Gabriel spoke softly. "You know why I ended up on the street? Not just the drinking. I lost faith when my wife passed. I had a gift, but I wasted it. People stopped believing in me. Until you." Daniel swallowed hard. "I only gave you food." "No," Gabriel said. "You gave me back my purpose." Months passed. The restaurant sign was repaired, shining bright once again. The walls were repainted, tables full, laughter echoing nightly. Daniel felt alive again because he wasn't fighting alone. Then one afternoon, a black Mercedes pulled up. Out stepped a man in a sharp suit, introducing himself as Marcus, owner of a chain of high-end restaurants. He had heard whispers of extraordinary food being served in an ordinary corner restaurant. He ordered Gabriel's spiced lamb stew. After one bite, he leaned forward. "Who's your chef?" Daniel hesitated. "We both run the kitchen." Marcus studied Gabriel. "I know you. Gabriel Hale. Years ago, you were on the cover of Culinary World. People said you were the future of fine dining." Gabriel's face tightened. He looked down, ashamed. "That was another life." Marcus set his spoon aside. "Come back to it. Join me. I'll give you a position worthy of your talent." Daniel's heart sank. Was this the moment Gabriel would walk away? But Gabriel looked around, the bustling tables, the glowing sign, the hum of life restored. Then he looked at Daniel. His voice was steady. "Thank you, but my place is here." Marcus blinked, surprised, but respected the choice. He left a business card and a generous tip before walking out. Later that night, Daniel said, "You could have had everything back." Gabriel smiled. "I already do. Fame is nothing. Purpose is everything. And I found mine again because you didn't turn me away." Daniel blinked against the sting in his eyes. From then on, the sign outside proudly read, "Daniel and Gabriel's Restaurant." And every evening, as they served steaming plates to strangers, rich or poor, lost or found, they carried the same truth. Sometimes, the smallest act of kindness doesn't just save one life, it saves two.